Hello to all traders and welcome back to another market review brought to you by Orbex. So we're looking forward to the big news coming out of America later on today with the inflation and core inflation data. The year-on-year data is expected to fall slightly, but not so significant like it has been doing since the middle of last year where we saw it at 9.1%. Expected to be about 6.2 to 6.3%, currently standing at 6.5%. And obviously the core inflation data removes food and energy. So we are looking at two pieces of the puzzle to see if America is really getting back on track. And what is happening with the dollar, obviously for most of 2022, a lot of the currency pairs, including the dollar, were collapsing quite significantly. But since the Fed has pulled back on its monetary policy, then we have seen a bit of a turnaround on the dollar itself. In a slight correction now, but we're going to see what the patterns are telling us on the charts. Other news as well, we've had employment data coming out of the UK, 74,000 new jobs being added versus 40,000 estimated. So cable is really on the upside at the moment, jumping over 100 pips from yesterday's trading. So very, very buoyant for cable. And we'll see what's happening in general with dollar pairs as well. So excuse me, we'll start off on cable first of all on the 4-hour chart. Got a lot of traders asking me what the intraday perspective is, so let's just take a quick look on that. So like I said before, $100 pip move, sorry, 100 pip move, sorry, to the upside. Now it's progressively moving higher as we speak, and what we're looking at now is the fact that if we can pierce this top border of the Ichimoku cloud, which is a confluence zone with the last peak that we saw roughly just under the 122 area, then we could see another move to the upside. So cable is really on the front foot from the morning. Obviously fundamental news is what we're looking at for most of today's session. So we're just seeing now what is the next move for cable. If we get a slight consolidation, we'll just see if we can, as I said, pierce this top border of the cloud, and that will be roughly, as I said, 122.90, just a few pips away from 122. If we look on the 1-hour chart as well, we are seeing now this choppy action really starting to come into a V-shaped recovery, and it's playing out nicely at the moment because on the 1-hour chart we've pierced through the Ichimoku cloud, giving us the impetus that the bias is on the upside. But we're just waiting for that resistance zone to come into play. Obviously support and resistance areas are really, really key when starting to see what the next move in the market will be. Not too much on divergences on the RSI. It's a little bit flat. It was looking like a bit of a bearish divergence actually until prices started to move higher. So we're getting the sense now that we will break this particular area and prices will start moving higher, but we'll wait and see on that because later on today, like I said, we've got the inflation data coming out of America, and that will give us possibly another move to the upside. Just look on the euro dollar. As you can see here, we are seeing the euro dollar being quite buoyant, but with inflation creeping lower time and time again, it's looking likely that it will probably follow suit, but we'll wait and see because, as I said, if we just bring it back to the daily chart just for euro dollar, we've seen this progressive growth since the collapse in 2022 of all these aggressive Fed hikes of 75 basis points per time. But now, as you can see, euro dollar is on the other side of it now. So we're seeing a move to the upside, a slight correction, upside correction. So this was priced in already. We knew there was a correction coming, just don't know how deep it's going to be, and will we see a little bit of support on this Ichimoku cloud top border, which is roughly about the mid 106 area, trading at the mid 107 area at the moment. So a 100 pip move to the downside will see us possibly going to a bit more of a bearish channel, but it's just something to look out for as we approach the news that's coming out in a few hours. And on the 1-hour chart as well, you can see it's very choppy at the moment, very undecided. But if we get this V-shaped recovery, a little bit like cable, then we can possibly see a break roughly about the top end of the 107 area. So this is something to look out for as well. So keep an eye on the big move for today's news, which is the inflation data, and we'll also keep you updated on our Telegram channel to tell you the latest results and the best opportunities. So until then, have a great trading day ahead, and bye for now.